But first, if you're looking at spending money and investing in a new craft room tool, you may want to consider one that's gaining a lot of attention. From creating personal monograms to sewing pretty flowers on fabric, you can do it with all with an embroidery machine. And we have Kris Thurgood with My Girlfriends Quilt Shoppe. She says this tool has come a long way over the past few years, and she's here to show us what we can do with it.
Yeah,
so Kris, when I think of this, I kind of automatically jump to, okay, jerseys, and we're embroidering on the team name, maybe the last name.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, a lot of people think of embroidery machines as something that is for the professionals, someone who has this giant machine that has all these different threads coming out. And actually now embroidery machines are made for the home embroiderer, which is a lot of fun.
So even things like the monogram tell, I mean, we're seeing you could use it for those kinds of things.
Yeah,
you brought in a bunch of examples, so I want to look through these because they are kind of outside what I picture and what comes to mind when I picture this.
Right.
Okay.
Well, you know, typically when someone thinks of an embroidery machine, they're thinking of like a monogram on a towel. Here we put a child's name, and this was just a ready-made item. You know, you purchase the towel at the store, and then you're able to personalize it. So that's kind of what a lot of people think of embroidery when it comes to that. But amazingly enough, there are so many other fun things you can do with an embroidery machine, things such as applique work, where you can actually take fabric and have that beautiful fabric on there with this beautiful stitching all the way around it. You can actually do zipper bags. We've got some different bags here to show, journal covers. You can actually piece things on the embroidery machine. And so when you look at an embroidery machine, amazingly enough, you can do what's called an in-the-hoop project. And what I mean by that is that a project is made entirely in this little embroidery hoop. Let me pull this up.
So it's not just decorative, you can also sew the bag together. You can do that as well on this machine.
Yeah, exactly. So this is what a hoop might look like. So when we talk about an in-the-hoop project, I'm saying that everything is entirely made in this hoop. It's never once taken to a sewing machine. And would you believe that even this zipper pouch right here is done entirely in the hoop.
So everything is done, and it's got this interior fabric that's a little different. That's so fun.
Yep, the outer fabric, the piecing, the quilting, everything is done just by the touch of a button.
So the technology has really changed then.
Yes, it really has. And it's just amazing what it can do. There's a lot of fun possibilities.
Okay, and I see over here you brought some pillows too. So you've done pillows, you've
done don't be limited by the size of hoop. You can change that hoop over several times and be able to make a large project such as this bench pillow, being able to do applique letters in fun fabrics where before it used to be just thread. Everything was thread, and it was only the design was only defined by thread. Now it's not the case. You can use beautiful fabric in there as well. Even this little bag here is made entirely in the hoop, never once taken to a sewing machine.
Wow.
Is that crazy to think about? That is crazy. And it's, you know, lined, has this little drawstring pouch, and again, it's all done on the embroidery machine.
Okay, so you need to show us how to use this thing.
Okay, so what I have here is a little example that I brought with me of a basic applique flower. So I'm over here using the Baby Lock Spirit, and I've got a design I pulled up right here on the screen. Can you see this picture right here? We've got this design. This is what we're going to stitch out. So all I have to do is I've loaded my hoop into the machine. Now I'm going to put my presser foot down and hit start. What it's going to do now is stitch the placement outline for where my flower needs to go.
Oh wow, so this is doing kind of all that guesswork for you.
Exactly, and so I could be, you know, doing laundry, yeah, right. You're doing something else while I'm doing it. Sure. And I can actually step away from the machine while it's working.
And there are layers of fabrics in the hoop, right?
Yeah.
You've got a couple layers?
Yeah, so I have some layers of fabric. You always start with a stabilizer, and then I'm gonna place my fabric over top of it, just like it's a puzzle, okay? Put my presser foot down and hit start again.
And we're doing it again. Look at this.
It's gonna go over one more time.
Okay.
As my tack down stitch, okay? Basically what it's gonna do is just hold it in place.
Okay.
Okay.
And so you're just guiding it with your fingers a bit as you go through.
Yeah. Now, if I had like a spray adhesive, I could spray it on here right now so that it would just really hold down in place while it's tacking it down.
Okay.
But my final step is this next one, which I'm really excited about. And you can see right here on the screen that this is about to do a satin stitch all the way around the outside of the flower. So I'm simply going to put my presser foot down, hit start, and now it's going to stitch the entire flower. And I won't take the time to stitch it all right now, but let me show you how it gets started.
So if this does what a sewing machine does, you know, you can use this for multi-purpose. Do you need a sewing machine? I mean, could you go just to this, or what do you use a sewing machine for?
You know, you still use a sewing machine for so many things. In fact, a lot of machines, let me stop this right here. A lot of machines, you can actually have the sewing machine unit and the embroidery machine unit in one machine, which is pretty amazing. So this right here, this is what it would look like after it was all done. You can see the beautiful satin stitching all the way around. We changed the thread color and it comes right in here. And so this is just such a fully finished, beautiful applique item I could add to any project I wanted.
How fun.
Isn't that
And
fun?
it really is kind of all computer-based, takes the guesswork out of this.
It really does. Now, here's another really neat thing about embroidery machines. Let's say you have a drawing that your children drew and that you want to keep forever. You absolutely love it. We have embroidery machines now that will scan this image, and then, are you ready for this?
Wow, I'm excited. Let's see.
Okay, take a look.
Oh,
right
look
here.
at that.
And then it stitches out
so
the
it is
design.
stitched in there.
So that's pretty
Yeah,
incredible
that is
technology
pretty
to be
sweet.
able to do that.
Yeah.
And now we're able to make this pillow and have this child's drawing on here for forever.
This
and
is
as
like a
wonderful
grandmother's
keepsake.
dream come true. That is so sweet.
Exactly.
So you can really do so much with this machine and kind of
You
taking
can.
this as well.
Yeah,
Okay, so
absolutely.
what's going on with you? Where can we find out more?
Okay, so we have 2 locations. My Girlfriends Quilt Shop is located in Logan as well as in Midway. And we'd love to have you come in and take a look at the machines, and especially an embroidery machine. You never know just how much you might fall in love with it.
What is the investment in one of these?
You know, you can actually get into an embroidery machine for about $59 a month.
Okay.
So it ranges. You have some for a few $100s up to a few thousand. So it just depends on all the bells and whistles that you want.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Kris.
You
Darling
bet.
project.